Welcome back to another special live stream of the Power Play show with Coach Frenchy. It's Sunday morning, 11 o'clock. I know. We're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be here tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. But because what happening around the NHL this morning, what my phone is blow out with all the Twitter. Every 10 seconds, I'm getting a Twitter about what's going on around NHL. I say, you know what? Let's talk a little bit more here this morning about maybe some of you would like to talk about your team, about what your protection list, what you think about the exposure of all the players in NHL right now. And then I will be great to be here. How long you be here, Coach? I don't know. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45, 1 hour. We'll see what the conversation. But look, this was a big morning. Everybody's waiting about that one there, about that list, to be honest with you. Let me checking about the chat. Here we go. Because, yesterday was a busy day in NHL. A couple of trade. 2 times you have a trade at 3 teams. And then after that, you got like Minnesota, Vancouver, Dallas. Then you got also Arizona with San Jose. And then we have a big signature with Dallas with Miro Eskinen. It was really busy. The Hockey National show on Facebook, it was busy to make all the graphics. So, look, we will be here this morning. We're going to talk about fun things. And thanks to join us this morning. Thanks to be a part of the Hockey National show. And again, don't forget, please, to click on the likes and give your comments after the video will be done, the live stream. And please subscribe or ask someone to subscribe. We are the borderline of 1,000. And so we would like to get more people join our show, the Family Hockey National show. So let's start talking about the first of all, welcome Mr. Brett Marchand. Son is back in the house. Thank you so much. A super chat. We're going to talk about this, the super chat also. Thanks, Mr. Brett Marchand. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you have a great. I don't know if you are. Here we go. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Brad. I don't know, Brad, you are back in Colorado. If you are in Colorado or if you are in Canada or if you are in Boston, but hopefully you're doing well about that one over there. I think Brad Oden is going to replace Ran Reeves. First of all, Bergie is in the house this morning. Thanks to be here. We have always Kimberly Anna. She's in the house again this morning. Thanks to join us, Kimberly. Hopefully you have an amazing, great day so far, Kimberly, and you're doing well. And maybe you are in Bradenton, Sarasota, something like that. I'm in Colorado. Are you in Boulder, Brad? Or somewhere else inside of Colorado? If you can, welcome everybody. Don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. If you don't mind, that'd be good. And we'll go from, listen, we're going to talk about things. If you have any question about the conversation I'm going to add about you guys, about the team. And, of course, we like to talk first the Montreal Canadiens because that's really where we like to talk, and that's what we do here. Really surprised list, They protect Joel Armia this morning. I was not expect because he was a RFA. They protect Lekanen, Kokenemi. So, can we now become members? It's coming soon. I don't know if you can do it, honestly. I set up this morning, but I'm not done to set up everything. You can wait a couple of days if you don't mind. That'd be good. Thanks again, Brad, to join us. Brad, you should walk around Colorado, tell everybody to sign up, subscribe to the Hockey National show. Eberle and Bailey exposed to the Kraken. You have a lot of big name guys on the Seattle Kraken to become one of the best top 10 players if they have no worry about the salary cap. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have a worry. No, sorry. They can have an amazing, great teams, with Carey Price in the net. And then, Giordano defenseman, Eric Johnson as the defenseman over there. And the forward, like Eberle, you have Bailey, you have Max Domi, you have, Jonathan Drouin. I just mentioned those. It's just crazy about that one there. And I was surprised that Ovi and Bishop are exposed. Yeah. Ovi, it's not a matter because Ovechkin would tell them right away, no, I'm not going to sign up over there. I stay with Washington. On the Bishop side, it's all about the incertitude or the way they don't know how he's going to react. He never played again one game since his injury at the hip and surgery also. So they don't know how he feel. And Dallas don't know, and also Seattle. And that's the reason they don't want to take a chance. Dallas, they prefer to go to could have been for at least for next season. And they have a good goaltender over there. About that one over there. So Price is going to stay in Montreal. I think so. I don't see how they can leave or to go to Seattle. Can Seattle to get him? They can. At that moment, they could. I think they're targeting as a goaltender for me, Seattle. We're going to check this tonight, guys, together. But I think they are there getting more Drager and Vanecek. That would be two. They go from, the protection for the 30 players they have is 3 goaltender and 9 defensemen, and then 18 forward. So that's what they have to go. Now they can get less, but that's what they have to do. But the monkey in the house today. Brett Marchand, yes, it's we don't give enough credit to Mike Bergevin. He trade. Remember the trade with Arizona? Alex Galchenyuk to Arizona. So they got Max Domi. Domi have 70 points when he got trade against Galchenyuk. Then after that, then Bergevin trade Max Domi to Columbus. And now you see Columbus, now they just let him go. And then Montreal have Josh Anderson. So we have to give him credit for what Mike Bergevin does as a manager for sure. I'm doing well, everybody. Thank you so much to be a part of the show this morning. What is the Kraken select Ovi is not to be signed? You're not going to sign. It's what happening, like all the UFA, like Philip Dano, Chris Drager, Ovechkin, they are all UFA right now, Hamilton, and they're going to get a proposal, or maybe a Kraken would call them, ask, do we like to play for us, and we can negotiate a contract. So they have a choice to say yes or no. Ovechkin, right away, we tell them, no, I don't want to go there. I want to stay in Washington. So they just hang up the phone and they'll go to the next player and next players. Now, the only team can talk with all the players are exposed, like Jonathan Drouin right now is exposed. But they can call Jonathan Drouin and talk to him and see how he feels to come to the Seattle, and then they can select the Jonathan Drouin Wednesday night. So that's how it works about that one with there. What happening with OV coach? But again, he's just a UFA, so it's not a big deal. He just prefer to let it go that way with there. Bye, Chris Drager. Yes, Gator, welcome aboard. Him. Yes, Trigger is going to be selected very quickly. That's open up the second goaltender. Will be interesting. A lot of good tender open up on the list. Example, of course, Carey Price, but we talk about Oldie. You talk about Kaunen and Minnesota. You talk about Jones and San Jose. You talk about Vanecek with Washington. And you get also all the UFA. So they can talk with Frederick Anderson. They can talk with Peter Mashrak, James Reimer, Halak, everything like that. I don't think so. They go into that direction for UFA. They will have a good goaltender over there. And I'm sure they don't want to get like a full $80 million. So it'll be really interesting about that one. Coach, will trade happen after the expansion draft, again after the NHL draft? Yeah, the trade would be right away after that. So one is this over Wednesday night, the Thursday morning, and then I'm not sure about the time, the Wednesday morning. I have to check about this, but right away from Wednesday, Thursday, right? Because what's happening there, they already have some trade make by Seattle with different team, because they don't want him to protect. Example, like they may be Pittsburgh to offer them, hey, you don't touch Jason Zucker, but we want to get a third round pick. If you tell that, so you're going to see a lot of stuff like that, and they cannot do this until they select their team Wednesday night. They cannot announce it. They cannot do anything about that. So it'll be really interesting about that one over there. So if the Kraken select Taylor Hall, which one happened, he does not have to sign with them and then go back to Boston. So if they select they cannot select Taylor Hall because Taylor Hall is a UFA and his exposure now. They can get the right of Taylor Hall, of course, and then they can trade Taylor Hall somewhere else. But the UFA, so it's like if someone have $1 a bill of $1, you give back 4 quarters. It's the same. At the end of the day, it's still $1. It's the same thing with all the UFA. Seattle, they don't sign them. They're not going to touch them as a protection for sure. About that one. It feels so weird as a Panther fan. You already know last expansion draft, Marshall Smith. Yeah, they look better. Like there's a big mistake. You have 2 teams did very bad against Seattle. We talk about Minnesota and Panthers. They're helping a lot Vegas with Marchessault and Riley Smith, and then Alex Dock, and also they got, which one was in Eric Ula over there. Yo, Azur, welcome aboard, buddy. Canada protection, Grover. Yes, they did that. So if you're UFA, you can do that. You can put them as a protection over there. And the case about that, they still want him to come back over there. So they don't want there. So Seattle cannot talk to Krober until the July 28th if he's still available. That's the reason they protect like that. Like Montreal protect Joel Armia. Or he's a UFA. So, but Seattle cannot do anything with him until July 28th. Can Seattle select Sorokin? Yes, they can. I don't know. I did not see the list. I have to check in a few minutes for about that one over there. But Marchand and Smith follow Ghana. Yes, of course, but he was a trade for one of the two, and they draft Marchand. So where Florida, they make a big mistake. They go 4-4, and they want to keep. They could, example, they protect Mark Pitchick, now play for Dallas, and they did not protect Marchand or Riley Smith. That give you an idea how bad they did tell Taylor Talon about that one of them. They got selected Adam Natsang and a FUA. But Marchand and Smith are part of the Vegas Misfit. Yeah, exactly, Adam. The Mario OW, welcome aboard, buddy. I like your new emoji about the YouTube channel. If Carey Price leave, I think Bergeron would be out of the job. My dad heard that Price going to Washington. Carey Price don't go nowhere. All right, and Bergeron is not going to lose his job because Carey Price, I think as a manager, you get $11 million and you save about $50 million for the team. And Carey Price is going to be good maybe 2 more years. And after that, it's going to be 37, 38, 39. Seattle is not going to pick up Carey Price. I can promise you that. It's all set up. It's all prepared. It's already set up like that. So it'll be interesting about what could have been about for sure. They protect Varlamov over Sorokin. Yes, exactly. And that's the right things to do. Duchamp and Robinson exposed by Nashville. Yes, you're absolutely right. Mr. Hubbell went to the Aces, and yeah, that was a mistake to not keep Marchessault or Riley Smith. I think Smith is really underrated. Always have a great year, an average of 20 goals per season. Duchamp is is exposed, yes. Most overpaid players. It's sad. He was so good in Colorado, but sometimes it all work with a work ethic. And Duchamp is not. He work, but he's not work hard. He have other things, other plan. He's really love play hockey, have a passion, but he's not all in. Unfortunately, he was lucky to get that kind of contract, and Ottawa paid the price on that one. Now it's Nashville paid the price on that one over there. David Poy is there for 20 years. He's lucky because he make a lot of mistake over there, right? But on the flip side, he get a couple of good trades. Remember the trade, Philip Forsberg against Martin Erat. Washington against George McPhee, like in 2014. That was a steal for Nashville, for sure. Getter is a steal we have here in Vegas after the NHL never gave Vegas a chance there first year. Vegas got lucky by the generosity of its manager and NHL. You can see this year is different. The problem this year is this part. The salary cap is really hard for many, many teams. And that's the reason they say, you know what, if I lose, example, like Eberle, if he makes $7 million, so he said, you know what, I'm maybe losing him, but I'm getting $7 million back, and I'm maybe looking to get a UFA. So it's just an exchange of players like Montreal. Honestly, Montreal cannot trade Carey Price. Everybody would love to have Carey Price. We have a tag of $10.5 million, and not many teams can afford to make a goaltender at $10.5 million. It's impossible. Like Toronto cannot afford that. Florida cannot do that. So my point to you is like, if Bergeron lose Carey Price, say, you know what, it's okay. I'm still have $11 million. Now I'm maybe, a lot of GM prefer to have a goaltender at $6, $7, $8 million. That's the beauty of that one over there. So Montreal is stuck a little bit at that money. Whatever he does well, Carey Price don't do well this year. Although the fact he do well in playoff, you have to give him credit. But during the year, he have an average of 2.60 and a 9.90. Carey Price, the last 3 years, he is not a goaltender at $10.5 million you give to money like that. We have to be honest with you. Now, he go to the finals, but yeah, he did very well, and we have to give credit that. But do you have pay a goaltender $10.5 million just for if you make the playoff? This is not guaranteed you're going to make the playoff. So for me, it's like, if we lose him, I'm not worried about that. I would be like, you know what? Now we can select 2 good players in Montreal. Montreal have to have a lot of things they have to set up for sure. I'm not on Facebook right now, Michael, right there, right now. How did Vegas get Mark Stone? Mark Stone, they got a trade with Ottawa. Brad, I can give you the trade in a few seconds about that one over there. For sure, about that. I tried to get the link. I tried to figure out how I can get Michael about that one over there. Hi, Coach Eric. Welcome aboard, Eric. I don't have the full trait of Max Stone in front of me right now. But it was like, geez, I cannot got it right now. Try to get there. Max Stone. So, you know, so we have a lot of team right now. I have exposed front player we don't expect, right? It was, see that part over there. Let me check for you, Max Stone. Trade Powder was another with Tobias Lindbergh to the Golden Knights for the second round pick 2020, Eric Backstrom and Oscar Lindbergh. And I think the second round pick in 2020, did he get like the defenseman? I believe Dolan or something like that. I think that's what he get over there. So that's what happened about that one there. Price and Weber leaving. What? Montreal 13, welcome back. I got to go play some golf, Coach. Enjoy, Brad. Have a great time over there. Here we go. I got there right away. Bergie, thanks to sharing with us. Weber is not leaving MTL is because he is going to miss all the year because his injury is a chat. Like, it's a kind of, you know what I mean, like expression we can say about that. But he's not leaving. It's just he's hurt. He's not maybe never play again hockey. So Seattle is not going to touch Weber, and I don't think so. They're going to also um, touch Carey Price at the end of the day. I tried to figure out for Michael. Where's Michael? So we'll see about that one. I tried to fix Michael when he's coming back here, how I can reach him here. But yeah, that would be interesting to see that. What the Montreal can do with, who do you believe the Seattle is going to get for the Montreal Canadiens? Who do you believe? Who do you surprise this morning? You expect we be there any hockey news from now until Wednesday? Not really, because nobody can make trade, right? So that will be something that like nobody will happen for sure. For that, you know what I mean? But I think post game. Our team Montreal will select Dano. They don't do Dano because he's UFA, right? So I don't think so. They will go from Dano for sure, because the situation with he's a UFA. So I don't think they will do that for that moment. I tried to reach Michael here. Michael Devellano is going to join us on the show. Let me check in back there. Here we go.
Hey, Pierre. Sorry about that. This list is crazy.
I'm sorry again?
I'm just going through all the different teams.
Yeah.
It's like a lot
Adam, Tarasenko exposed is surprised. Yeah, a little bit surprised for sure about that. I don't know, Michael, what you think about that?
About Tarasenko?
Yeah.
I mean, we heard it. Obviously, there was something fractured in that relationship. To be able to get a player like that for nothing, I mean, I can't understand why someone wouldn't just trade for him. Like, you got to think that you would be able to get something for him.
Yeah.
It's very surprising. So that, to me, I mean, I think, if I'm Seattle.
Talking about Tarasenko with St. Louis Blues, for me, it's not him. It's about they let go Vince Dunn. And I don't know if Seattle is going to pick up Vince Dunn.
No, Vince gets offensive numbers. He's definitely got problems defensively. I think there's other defensemen you can get. Like, you're going to have no problem filling eight.
No, I'm not saying I'm surprised. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to maybe pick him for maybe trade him somewhere else, everything like that. So I'm not be surprised if they do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of Tarasenko, like, I don't know what this is signaling. I thought it was surprising that they didn't sign Peter Angelo. Right? Like, that to me was bizarre. And they went in a different direction. And then same with Tarasenko. Here's two guys that were central to them winning a Stanley Cup. Here's also two guys that were unhappy with the coach then, Mike Yeo, and said, hey, we're shutting it down. And they were – so I really wonder how much of this relates back to that original instance. Because they forced their hand to – and they were right. Like, they brought in Berube and then they won the Cup. But –
the next thing you said that Landeskog was exposed, which is weird. It's not the fact Bud is because he's UFA, and they still have the negotiation. And right now the negotiations are dead. So last Monday was the last time they spoke each other. Then they come back Friday, so 2 days ago, and only nothing else. So that's the last rumor about Landeskog. So for me, I don't see Landeskog is going to be on the market for sure, but I don't see where he can go somewhere else. Where I think Colorado is going to pick it up someday. I think they fix more about Makar. That's what they are targeting right now. Next one, Eagle. Welcome aboard. Thanks to join us this morning. Gord is going to get picked up by the Kraken. He's not predicted by the Lightning. So, Michael, they got Killorn, Gord, Palat. They are the biggest three name over there. Otherwise it's UFA. So which one do you think Seattle, or what do you believe going to happen?
If I'm Seattle, I'm looking at two players. It's either Yanni Gord or Matthew Joseph. Like, all those guys are old. Like, even Gord is old.
Well,
all
they're
these
all
players,
30 years old.
yeah, what Matthew Joseph is not, right? He's a 1997. He scored 12 goals. He can skate. He finally got ice time this year, and he produced. So you got to think, well, if I really believe that Matthew Joseph can be top nine, I'm going to pick Matthew Joseph because he's got a much better contract, and it's he's a big guy. He can really skate, and he can shoot the puck, and he's actually a good playmaker. So I don't know. I think you think that. I like Yanni Gord a lot, but how much time does he have?
If they do this, like Seattle, a lot of manager will be happy because now he put more Julien Brisebois in the trouble because now they have to figure out his salary cap with that point over there. So I think that would be a good one about that one. Welcome, Mr. Reggie, the Barberman Shop from Vancouver. Bonjour, mon ami, ça va bien? The next one here is I think they should take Colton or Joseph.
Well, Colton, actually, that is a good point because Ross Colton, if you believe he's better than Joseph, I don't know if he is. I don't know. He did play more in the playoffs, but
I think from Tampa Bay, they showed he was better because Joseph got scratched, play on 4 line, Colton play a second line, he put him upper and everything like that. And for what I saw so far, for me, Colton is better overall at Mathieu Joseph. But we talk about 2 young players can helping the bottom 6 for the Kraken over there. You have a Fritzer. Now, they're not going to score 30 goals, but you have some role they can apply. They can use their forecheck and also their speed. I think that would be one of the. Adam said Jonathan Quick exposed. Wow.
Not surprised.
Not a big surprise there.
You're going to protect Cal Peterson.
Again, it's a contract situation like Owenson or Duchesne. Nothing else. Not have a great year. That's the only thing for me. The older the violin, the sweeter the music. Yeah, absolutely right about that one over there. I agree with you. The first poker time for Bergevin. I think
definitely poker time. But yeah.
He did the right things to let them. The way he did it is pretty good. Now he's secured Jake Allen, so I think that's good for him to do that.
Yeah,
for sure.
He got through the whole regular season with Jake Allen, so I mean.
Michael asked you. Adam said to you, Michael, are you surprised by Cody Glass?
That he's exposed, or
no? He was he was straight.
Oh, the trade, yeah. Not really. We were getting indication they weren't playing the guy, and I know he's a different personality, but it's not like I think he's just a softer personality, and I don't know if that fits in Vegas. He's never going to be a hard-nosed player, but he's really talented. Whereas Nolan Patrick has a history with Kelly McCrimmon. He coached him in Brandon, so he knows him very well. And if you think Nolan Patrick is healthy, he could be as effective or more effective than Cody Glass, and that would signal that, hey, we're not changing our team style. we're going to play this north-south game forever.
I believe Cody Glass is going to have a better impact at the end of the straight a little bit later. I really believe Glass is going to have a better the next 5 years compared to Nolan Patrick.
It 100% depends on Nolan's health, because Nolan is a very talented big player, and he's a lot harder nosed person than Cody. But not if
he's 50. Michael, he played 52 games. He scored 4 goals this year.
But he's coming off like a major problem, right? Like this almost concussion like thing. Is no joke.
But he have an opportunity to score 20 goals this year. He did not score 20 goals, so
he's not.
I believe Cody Glass will be a little bit better chance at the end of that part of there, because now he's going to get there.
I see nothing physical about. I mean, Cody also had concussion or knee injury. I can't remember.
It's a shoulder.
That's what it was.
After that, he got also a concussion at some point. But again, like he played 27 games with Anderson, he had 10 points. 14 games in the American, they have 10 points. He played 27 games with Vegas, you have 10 points. So the guy can score, he can have that. I don't know why I don't know
They're
honestly.
both under,
Eagle Frank said another factor is for the Kraken. I feel they have to take the big name to selling tickets. Not
no, they
really.
don't, man. They're
Their
sold
season
forever, dude.
ticket is already sold for years. Eagle, they don't need
Forever.
anybody. You to take all the junior team right now and play, and they have no problem. It's all sold over there.
First of
So
all, they don't have a building yet.
yeah,
They have 30,000 season tickets sold for like ever. And that building was supposed to be 19 or 20,000, and they have 17,000 seats. So the
yeah.
demand is really high. If you know Seattle sports fans, the one thing is they really support the teams there, like the Seahawks, the soccer team. Like I've never been to a louder stadium for football. It's crazy. So they'll
You
do
have to
the
give credit to Vegas for getting all this roster. Seattle is not getting close to this. It's funny,
I don't
Eric,
know
because
about
I'm going
that.
to make one the
I don't
Seattle
think
who's
so.
going to have that roster Wednesday. I'm going to compare at the beginning with Vegas. You're going to be surprised how close they're
They're
going
gonna
to
be
be
better.
closer what we think. What we don't know is because after that they get Petrangelo, they get Stone, they get Pacioretty.
Oh yeah,
And so that's changed this, right? But at the beginning, the biggest name there was Michael, it was Marc-André Fleury.
yeah. That was the biggest name.
That was the
William
biggest name over there, right? After that, you have all the kind like, Carlson and the Marchessault and Riley Smith, everything like that. But the biggest name over there was really, really.
made it
Now, after
later.
that, they trade for Shea Theodore, right? And they get McNabb.
No,
And
didn't Shea come in the draft?
who?
I think Shea came in the draft. He was exposed by Anaheim.
Who?
So Anaheim let him go.
Theodore?
Yeah.
I think they got him for I think they trade him something. They have a make a something over
They-
there. I believe with something. You have a
Deal to
good
take
players they
him,
got.
but let's look. Let's just check. I thought that because Shea was at that point, it wasn't clear if Shea was going to be what he is now.
Okay.
Like Shea was a good player in the
Welcome,
WHL.
Denise Chalfo. Directement de Fort Caché in Edmonton or in Alberta on this area. Which expansion was better, the Golden Knight or the Karen Arctics?
Theodore was traded by the Ducks to the Golden Knights in order for the Ducks to keep Josh Manson. So
Yep.
they made a deal. That's what it was. They made a deal to make sure that Josh Manson was not selected, even though they exposed him. That's what it was.
Yeah. So I knew you have something behind that. I was not sure like the
You're right.
perfect deal, but I knew about that one. Yeah. Eagle mentioned which expansion was better, the Golden Knight or the Kraken coming up talent
I don't
wise.
know.
We don't know
I
until
think
they
maybe
select
this
the players, right? So they can get Matthew Joseph or Tarasenko. So you have to figure out, wait until Wednesday to see that.
If you pick, okay, he's overpaid, but if you pick Ryan Johansson, there was no Ryan Johansson in the last expansion draft. I mean, that's legitimately a guy that should be making $5 million, not $8 million, but he could still be your number one centerman.
The next one is this part. It's just frustrating that Vegas trade out of their first round top 5 pick since 2017. Talk about Goldie Glass, talk about Nick Suzuki.
Crazy. Everybody. The only guy they got left is Hag, and he was in the second round.
Yep. So it'll be very interesting about. I did not know that Michael, the demand of hockey that's there. I figured out they want the Supersonic back over there. Oh well. I don't know about that one over there, but they are solid over there. Ankle.
So the story of the Supersonics is related to the same building, Pierre. So they had the Key Arena, which was a terrible building. The NHL said they wouldn't play there. The NBA said you had to build a new building. City Council owned that building and said, no, we're going to renovate this, which they did. They renovated it so you couldn't play hockey in Key Arena. They made it so that the stands overhung and there was all this obstruction. And the NBA said, this is ridiculous. And Howard Schultz was like, okay, we got to sell it. And they sold it to Oklahoma. And they've been trying to bring it back and build a new arena. So that's really kind of the story. And then once again, the city council, instead of green lighting the new arena in Soto, which would have been for both the NBA and the NHL, and it would have been a great arena, Pierre. and it was close to the Seahawks Stadium. It was close to the Mariners Stadium. The corrupt city council in Seattle blocked the construction with an access road that they owned. They said, "Oh, we can't give it to you because it was nonsense. It was politics."
Okay.
So now you have no chance of getting an NBA team in Seattle, and now you're stuck with a team that has almost 3,000 fewer seats for the NHL.
Wow. Crazy. Denise, welcome back. We miss you the morning at 11 o'clock. And everybody's just showing up. Please don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. Here was from Reggie. Reggie said, Alan, Petru, and Manson, Sherrod, Toffoli, Lekanen, KK, Evan, Army Anderson sont protected. Yes, you're absolutely right. They protect those players. The surprise about that list, I'll be honest with you, Michael, is Armia. Because Armia is still a UFA. That gives an idea they're going to sign Armia the next couple of days. So I want to be on freeze. John Armia is not going nowhere, and they let it go. Dano. That's what I expect about that one over there.
Yeah, he just wants too much money. I mean, listen, he's super valuable, and it's going to be really hard to replace him. But It's kind of like, if he scored like Ryan O'Reilly, I get it. Pay him like Ryan O'Reilly, but he doesn't.
No, he's not going to. No, first, he's not going to get more at $3 million, and he's really like he's the type of players he can be for me is a Nelson Appleton, maybe an Adam Lowry, not on the physicality, but protect the big guy, protect the puck, everything like that. What I would love he become is maybe Andrew Coop. I think he can play score like Andrew Coop. If he can score 20, 25 goals, that would be a really a plus. Can he get there? I'm not sure. But because his inconsistency to show up night after night. That's the only thing we said. But the guy have talent for sure to make that one over there.
Wait, are we talking about the same player like Dano?
I'm talking about Armia.
Oh, Armia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Armia has always had the ability to score, and that was always his reputation. But, he's kind of like a 12, 15 goal guy, so he's not going to get a lot. But for Dano, they're going to let him go because he wants like $5-6 million.
You cannot pay more than $5 million.
Yeah, and I think that's even high.
I'd be like crazy if you pay more about that one there. Yes, Michael, you're right about pay grade. All right. Welcome directly from Elizabeth, New Jersey, Mr. Joseph Ferreira. Welcome aboard. MS Girl win calls. You got wake up broke. That's sad. The story you said, Michael, about that politic BS. What is the capacity of the Seattle Arena? I think they dropped, Michael, from 19 to 17, something like that, right?
It was supposed to be 19.5, I think, or almost.
Not that real, yeah.
And it's 17.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Denise, who said. Look, we're going to go jumping left and right for sure, Michael. If you have how do you think about the Islanders now? Islanders, they protect Clutterbuck, Mac Martin, and they expose, honestly, to the big name. I don't want to mention everybody, but one we talk about Jordan Eberle and Josh Bailey. They have the biggest two names over there. What was your thought about that one?
Both are older. I think the guy that I'm kind of interested in more is if you believe Kiefer Bellows can do something for you. That's kind of interesting because he's only 22, and he looked last year like he was starting to come around a little bit. But he's always had flaws in his game. All the other guys are older. I kind of feel like
surprised like Josh Bailey is not protect because he played like 50, 60 points per game per season.
But he's 31, Pierre.
He's the top 6 for the Islanders.
He is, but he's also 31. He's a 1989 birth year, Pierre.
But if you take Bellows, you take out Bailey, your team is worse. Because Bellows is never going to be what Josh Bailey is. Of course, they not protect him, but I don't think so. Was a good play to protect Matt Martin and Clutterbuck and to let go
That's
Josh
weird.
Bailey.
That is weird. Like, why would you protect Matt Martin over Josh Bailey?
You know what I mean?
They must be signaling they want to cut salary. I can't figure it out. I mean, they obviously are thinking Wallstrom is ready. I don't know who else they have on forward that would be that impactful.
Well, yeah, Beauvillier, Pajot.
But they're protected, yeah.
You know what I mean? The third line was Zajac, Palmieri, and Pajot. Again, you know what I mean? But again, Komarov was on the top. Now he's missing Anders Lee over there. So the only way I see this, right? The only way I believe is because Lamoriello have an idea to pick up a big UFA forward. So he expect to get maybe a Taylor or like I've just mentioned name like a $7 million dollars.
Right?
Landeskog.
What Bailey's contract? Is he $5 million or
who?
Is Josh Bailey's contract $5 million?
It should be at this area. I don't know in front of me right now.
Just look it up here.
But I think that would be something to check about that.
It's $5 million on the dot.
Yeah.
So he's got 3 years at $5 million, and he's 32. Like he'll be 32 in October.
But he's not the only one, right? But I feel for what he bring on the table and others, you know, I will not protect Eberle. I would protect Josh Bailey before Eberle.
For sure. And I would protect Eberle or I would protect Bailey before Matt Martin, I think.
Now the next thing I would talk about is the Nashville situation. They let it go or not expose Duchesne, Owenson, John Rock, and Nick Cousin.
I mean, the only name that I'm surprised about is Johansson, and he is overpaid. I mean, he's $8 million a year, Pierre, and that's crazy for what he is, right? Like he's not an $8 million centerman, but he can be a very good number one centerman. He's just not, he's not elite. And they might be thinking, we're going to get a Jack Eichel or something. If you take this salary off, we're going to start trying to make a deal for Jack Eichel because they probably have other assets they can move. So,
yeah.
Duchesne's contract.
Eberle, the Alcrazy, I'm settled. I take him. Kaden Jenkins, welcome aboard. Don't forget to click on the like. That'd be awesome. And then subscribe if you are a returner. Please don't forget. The next thing I was said about them. Now we have to go with Florida. Florida, they exposed Venetro. Honestly, the big conversation is about they are already an agreement without mention Chris Drieger as a goaltender by the UFA by the Seattle Kraken. Do you think is it good for the Seattle to get already Drieger?
Oh yeah, I think that's a good move. I think that if Minnesota has exposed Kakkonen and you get him, that's a great pair. That's a great one. I can't believe Minnesota exposed him.
Because he have really struggled at the end of the season. He's really struggled a lot. I would take Vanecek before him right away, like by mile.
Well, I'd take all three.
I'm sorry?
Like to have those three goalies. Like if your three goalies,
yeah, but now you're going to put Cohen in the American Hockey League.
You could play three goalies. You got Vanecek, Kakkonen, and then what did we just say? I've just blanked out.
Kakkonen?
Yeah, Kakkonen, Vanecek, and then the other goalie that you would grab. Yeah, Drieger. I mean, take them, and then you'll be able to trade one. Like, they're really good, all three of them.
Yeah, they are very good for sure. They're good. You have Old B right now, Jonathan Quick, Carey Price are all there on the no protection list, right? They are the big name right now. Martin Jones is on the no protection list over there. That's another big one. I can call it right away about that one over there. Now, if you go with Toronto, they go with 4-4-1, Michael. They don't go 7-3-1. They go 4-4. They protect those three big guys, right? But they expose, and they prefer to go with their four defensemen, where I believe that was a good idea to do this anyway. But now these expose Kerfoot, McCann, and Travis Dermott. We know Dermott just signed a contract 2 years at 1.5, I believe, 1.2. what do you think about that from Dubas this morning? What do you think what Toronto did is right, and then the players they put there is the right things?
I mean, I understand the logic because those are four very good defensemen they wanted to protect. You just traded for McCann, but he obviously, he traded a prospect and a draft pick for him. So it's not like he's giving up a roster player. So he's saying, if you take Kerfoot, then I got McCann to cover for him. If you're taking McCann, then good, I protected Kerfoot. So he's covered. I think they would be more concerned about losing Dermott, but he's not top four, and they already have Sandin coming up. So I think no matter what, if you're Seattle, you're happy, and then you're really just saying, how old are these guys? What are their salaries, and where are they going to fit in the depth chart of my overall pick and picking the best one for you? I'm really intrigued about picking McCann. He had a really good year. If you think he can do that outside of Pittsburgh, then you grab him because he can play all three forward positions. And if he's shown the last 2 years he can score that way, then that's a really good player for an expansion team.
We welcome Mr. Leo Jalbert back in the house. Leo, welcome, buddy. Hopefully you're going to click on the likes. Michael, how I see this way. It's a little bit what you're thinking earlier about Tampa Bay. I will go with the youngest one. I will go with Dermott. All right. But back how you answer would be, if I take Yannick Gourde, I'll go with Travis Dermott. If I take Alex Kerfoot, now I will maybe go with Rose Carlton or Joseph. Does that make sense? Like I will go one-on-one over there. It's just see, do you believe Kerfoot will produce better to Gourde or Gourde will be better to Kerfoot? But me, I really like Travis Dermott. If I have to rebuild a team, I would love to have him, my third pair defenseman at 5 and 6, and go from there and play with Giordano and everybody else.
So Kerfoot is a smaller player. He's like 5'10". He's 26. He hasn't had 20 goals in a while. He had 19 goals in his first year. He had 15, 9, and 8. So his offense has been declining, and his role has been declining. So to me, I would rather have McCann or Gourde. And I really like Dermott like you do. He's $1.5 million. It's a very good contract, and I think he's a guy that can play in the top four if you want. It just depends who else you have. He's got a little bit of offense that we don't get to see because he's capable of playing on the power play. And I like him one-on-one.
With Dermott, Michael, is this part. He's really on a little bit another player where the ladder is a lot of good players in front of him. So some team, Michael, he could become the defense number 4.
Right.
You know what I mean? He can be a 4 and 5. And because
he might be a 3
right now with Morrison and Brody and O'Reilly and Justin Doe, it's hard for him to go through those 4. But you can put many plays. He can be your number 4.
Yep, I agree.
He's 24, I believe.
He's only 24. He's played 3 years already in the NHL. If he handles the puck well and makes pretty good decisions, and he defends well one-on-one. So you think at $1.5 million for 2 more years, that's a pretty good defenseman. And what you don't see is he is capable of playing on the power play. So he could play on a second power play unit.
Yep. Calgary. It really exposed more on Jordan over there, right? I don't know if you have a list in front of you.
Yeah, I'm just pulling it up here. Calgary exposed where? Where is Calgary? Oh, they're not on my list. I lost them. Hold on. Let me look at this. Oh, there they are. All right. So the names, I like Josh Levo. I would consider him. Giordano and Chillington and Nestorov is interesting. How old is Nestorov now?
Nestorov is 26. Maybe a little bit older.
He's 1993 birth year, Pierre.
27.
28.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I see this like when he was playing again, Calgary, Montreal, like a back-to-back game, something like that. He was back. I said, wow, he can carry on the puck. He's
bad. He's good.
Yeah, he's not bad at all. We have Leo said, I think the Kraken will take Price and Bergevin Planet, and he knows Adfan would be real mad. So I think he will get Fleury, a Quebecer, to come out Michael Awards. I don't think so. Price no go nowhere.
He's going anywhere.
It's all set already. It's really good. I would not be surprised. The only thing, Michael, I think will happen, Montreal will have to send them a third-round pick or maybe a fourth-round pick or something back, or they would say, look, we're going to expose one player right now. He's on the list, and you can pick him. And that's what I said, maybe a Kyle Fleury or something like that. I would not be surprised, Michael. That's the way they did it.
Yeah, maybe, right?
You know what I mean?
But they think that deal would have been made, but I guess we'll see after. Maybe there's like a post-draft deal, right?
That's the reason why that's the reason why Carey Price not go nowhere, honestly, about that one there. And again, why they will expose Carey Price and then trade like Cole Caulfield to Marc-Andre Fleury, example, right? Or trade a Romanov for Marc-Andre Fleury, or trade your second or first round pick from. It just not make good business for Marc Bergevin to do that.
Old, man. Fleury is like really old.
Yeah, he's 37, 35 or something like that, so I don't think so.
If anything,
Eric, if I'm a Bergevin, I will wake up before the trade pass. You need to start doing some trade. But everything is freezing right now, so he cannot make any trade about that one over there, and he cannot sign any player as a UF3 right now. So until happening Wednesday, he will know he have $16 million or $20 million or possible $25 million if Price leaving also. So we'll be safe about that one there. Lemon,
I think what'll happen here with Montreal is they're going to free up a bunch of salary. They've already seen in the playoffs, we saw this. The last shift in the playoffs was Caulfield and Suzuki are on the ice.
Yep.
So you've got to say, who else can we attract to Montreal now? We made it to the Stanley Cup final. We're closer than,
The only thing they don't have on the equation, Michael, was the fact they lost Weber. So the Weber was not an equation now. But that opened up $7.5 million. Now you have to bring back Jonathan Drouin. Now that gave $2 million because you shift. Or if you gave Drouin, you trade Drouin, now you have $12 million in your hand this morning, plus another 6-8, you have about $20 million to pick up a defenseman, a left wing, and a center after that, where you can get a good, like Mike Hoffman, you can get him at $4 million, I'm sure. You can get a defenseman, a good, solid defenseman, right? Everything like that. If you don't get Doug Hamilton, they can pick up someone for sure about that one over there.
Yeah,
I think Bright is gone. We shall see one. Of course, Leo, we can go see this, but I can promise you that he's not going nowhere. His wife already sent a tweet last night, said, we're not going nowhere. So his wife on the Twitter account said, we're not going nowhere. So just give you an idea about that. It's already organized by Montreal Canadiens, and I'm telling you right now, Marc Bergevin, Michael, he did a great job. He had a chance to save Jake Allen, because Jake Allen, Michael, if he said everybody is open up for a trade, a lot of teams will go to get him, because he's a really solid goaltender number 2, and he proved it during the COVID-19, where the goaltender number 2 and 3 was really important this year about that one.
He was the number 1 goalie in St. Louis for a long time.
He did pretty good. You know what I mean? He split with Brian Elliott. Both of them was back and forth. Yeah, but 1 year, Michael, he got over 60 games. Yeah, 40 W 1 year. I think the one was a nomination or something like that for the Jake. Or he may be winning the Vizina, the William Jenkins, and 14-13 or something like that.
Oh, the William Jennings trophy?
Yeah. I don't have I don't want to change go on on the website. I don't know if you can check on the hockey.
Hold on.
But I think that'd be good about that. By the way, maybe possible we have tonight, but tomorrow when you go there, we have a simulator, Michael, like all the name of the exposure players. You can make your own team with us online. So I'm going to bring it to you tomorrow.
I have a spreadsheet I can share with everyone.
No, but it's like I sign up somewhere, and you can make your own team directly.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's pretty good about that one there. Can a team still extend RFA? Everything is right now. No. So everything right now, Bud, is freeze. Anybody can do anything. The only thing right now can do something is the
Seattle.
Seattle Kraken. And if they sign a UFA, any UFA, Michael, that player become the players was selected by the team as the pick. So example, Chris Rigger gets signed, example, tomorrow, but that will already Florida Panthers. That's their pick, so they don't have to. They cannot pick another exposed players like Venetro, someone like that.
Yep. Everything's frozen, so the next few days might be kind of quiet.
Price don't want to play in Montreal anymore. He never really like it. Also, he want to get close to his family in the West. Leo, I can promise you on that. If one time right now Montreal and the family and his wife love to be in Montreal, is right now. I can tell you that his wife Michael was everywhere on the social media, and the last month of the final on TV, she was on. I'm telling you now, they love it to get there. I see another Carey Price, Michael, during the playoff. I see his leadership. I see the human being. He was more exposed to the family. He was show more what really Carey Price, because he have a really private life. You don't see him nowhere, and every time that he has exposed himself more on the everything. So I think for me, I don't believe on that one over there. It's not like Duncan Keith, Michael. It's not similar, right? It's still a couple of years, families together, everything like that. But I don't think so, Leo, on that one over there. Wake up, buddy. Wake up, buddy. Welcome aboard. And I believe, I could be wrong, but wake up, buddy. I believe it's the first time aboard. Hopefully you're going to subscribe to the show. That'd be awesome. You don't forget, everybody, to click on the likes. That'd be good. But I agree with you. It's funny, Michael, one thing I love when I do live streaming is to check the emoji people. I just love to, and then it's Mario Bros. I love it. I love that one over there. Leo is a Donald Trump. But that's not mean anything. I understand, Leo, about that over there. But I just tell you one thing. They would not expose Carey Price just because they want to let him go. You have something like that. I can tell you that you have other players who are exposed right now, not because they want to expose. They know somewhere, somehow they have an agreement right there. And that's what happening. You're going to see a couple of trade a little bit later about that one over there between team and between that. At Leo, I think Coach is right. I would put $100 the price won't be in Montreal next week. But it depends. He may be on vacation, Vancouver. But you're going to see Leo is not going nowhere. Carey Price not going nowhere. I can't play with that. I want Price out. Morgan Price went out. Leo, one Price out. I bet that. I still believe the price is right. Yes, Coach Frenchy. We'll see what's happening about that one over there. Michael, the final before we go, because we'll be back. I'll be back tonight, 9:00 p.m. Any surprise or any words what you see this morning were a little bit surprised, or your expectation was a little bit different, or you feel like it's, or maybe what you think about Seattle right now? Do you believe Seattle is going to be better at what you thought yesterday, example?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot more available to them.
I agree with you, Michael.
So I think that they have some really positive options, better than I thought. Because I think, we're thinking of protecting all these assets, and teams are looking at not just the player, but the longevity and the contract right now more than ever. So I think there's definitely more options. Whether they bite on those options will depend on their willingness to pick up contracts. So if they look at a Ryan Johansson, they say, listen, this guy's $3 million a year, maybe $2 million a year paid too much, but we don't care. Then they grab him, right? Because they say, hey, this legitimately can be a number one centerman for us. I like the Kokkonen thing, like Minnesota goalie. Like I've always been very high on him, and he finally got the chance last year. So I think that kind of surprised me a little. Like I personally don't know if I would have made that decision over Cam Talbot. This is like off the radar, but like Anaheim signed Volkov and then they exposed him. That's a dark horse to me. If I look at who they have available, I'm like, I would take a risk on him, and he might be able to play top 9 for me. So that one was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
we know Domi's available, so I don't know if they bite on that. I personally wouldn't. But he does. If you look offensively, he's got overall good numbers when he's not playing for Tortorella. But you say he play. I think I don't know. That's a risky one.
For me, it's like I saw the name I wasn't expect, to be honest with you. I think better. I think they have a better team. Was my expectation. My expectation was a couple of days ago. I see some exposure names. So wow, this is crazy. I did not doubt that guy. So they, what I mean, like they can get Adam and Rinky, and they have a couple of players they can add what we don't expect, and they can build for that part. So I think for me, that's pretty good about that one over there.
Donskoy.
What?
I didn't anticipate Jonas Donskoy, and I didn't anticipate Nino Niederreiter being available, and Jake Bean. So those are 3 like players that I'm like, wow, okay. You mean I could get a guy that's like a 20, 30 goal scorer in Niederreiter, or I could get a guy in Jake Bean that was playing top 4 power play, and he's young, So there's definitely some surprises.
Yeah, that would be interesting about that for sure. Denise, have an amazing, great Sunday, fun day for sure. Leo, I'll be honest with you. If ever me,
might be right.
Do you know why, Michael, I don't feel nervous about Carey Price? Because if ever he leave, right, I think it's good for Montreal. Because now they have $11 million to find a way, and they don't have to get him for the next 5 years at $10.5 million. For me, Michael, and I refer you a lot of time that way, it's the same thing if John Tavares is going to leave Toronto.
It might be worse because you've got to cut the guy an $11 million bonus check.
You save like, a ton of money for sure.
Here's $11 million.
Yeah. But that's my point here. Is like, I'm not going to be, and then you can get, example, I'm just talking like, they can get Frederik Andersen a $5 million example. Where with Jake Allen, that's a pretty good team over there. They still have about another $5-6 million. You can get a good left. Imagine you go get Taylor Hall. Example, I just give you a top good forward.
Yeah.
Are you better team tomorrow if you have Anderson and Taylor Hall, or you have Carey Price?
I think you just saw the last gasp of Carey Price. He's never going to do this again.
But that's what Leo is right at some point about. If he's not right, like he think he's going to be with them. I don't think so. But if ever happening, Michael, for me, I feel like it's great because Michael, no one is going to get a trade with Montreal to get Carey Price.
Nope.
Because the money,
salary, and
yes, exactly. So
yeah.
I don't see Fleury in, to be honest with you, on your conversation. If Price go over there, I'll be surprised. But I would not see Fleury back in Montreal for sure.
Pierre, Caden Primo is a lot closer to the NHL than people understand. Like, he's pretty much there. Like, you could put him in with Jake Allen. You could bring in a stopgap. He's very capable.
He struggled, to be honest with you, this year in NHL. He struggled the last 3 games. He was terrible. But again, I think he
that's breaking in for goalies, right? Like, it just takes time.
So it would be very interesting about that one over there. So anybody have any question before we leave, Mike? Anything you want to add? I'll be live tonight. I don't know if you'll be here, but if you are, you're welcome. If not, tomorrow morning we'll be back on you at 11 o'clock Eastern time for Monday to Friday. Of course, this week, Michael, is about Kraken and the NHL draft, and I'll be live Friday night for sure. A lot of action for the next 10 days, to be honest with you, in NHL on many ways, right? Expect more trade, expect more, UFA signature next week, and RFA is going to get But everybody right now is freezing until Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. We're going to be live, Michael, 7:30 Wednesday night. We're going to do a live show, the show also for that one over there.
Hey, Pierre, the one that the other one that I thought we were anticipating was Robert Hagg, and he's exposed.
Yeah, so Flowers have a lot of good name over there. Not only him, Ottawa have also Michael Dadonov and Gianni. Honestly,
Yeah.
That's a good name over there. The more I think about Fleury, he will send Vegas and Leonard will go. I don't think so, Adam, because the only reason I said this, Fleury Michael is last year 7.5, then is UFA. Secondly, he's already at 35, 36 compared to Leonard, I believe is 30, 31. So I don't think so that would happen.
It would be cool.
Yep. You're welcome, Reggie.
On Ottawa, were you surprised they protected Philip Gustafson and not Matt Murray?
I'm sorry again, I don't know if you read this.
On Ottawa, they exposed Matt Murray as the goalie, and they protected Philip Gustafson.
Yeah. But it's because, again, it's another way where $6 million leave, and he did not perform like a $6 million man. Right?
Yeah, it took him a little while.
The problem, Leo, how do you trade for Fleury? Who do you send for? I'm thinking about your own Fleury for my account. You have to trade him, but what do you get? Why you get him for nothing?
Well, you probably would get him for next to nothing because the contract's so big. Someone's going to have to eat that contract.
But
he's old, man. He's like
Wednesday morning payment. Don't forget Wednesday night. But you have to get more just to get him because Vegas cannot turn around with no goaltender. I think Leonard Michael is not enough a goaltender number one.
Man, they got a lot of money tied up in two guys.
No, but my point with Leonard Michael is not a guy can carry on Vegas for 60 games, 55 games. I don't see this.
I don't think so. He's played a lot of NHL games as the number one.
But he never performed as a number one.
He played very well for the New York Islanders. He played very well for Chicago.
Yeah, 1 year over there. The year was with Perry Truss. It was his first year with Perry Truss, if I can recall it.
So he had two. So he had played 59 and 53 games in Buffalo. Buffalo was a mess. And then he played 46 games for the Islanders, and that was very much a tandem, right? And they replaced him with Varlamov, which was a good move. And then he went to Chicago, and he was like, they were in contention because of him.
Yeah, but a good one with that. My point to you is he's good for 40 games. He's good for 35. But I'm talking carry on the load like a Varlamov or Gruber or Vasilevsky. I don't see this. I don't say he's right enough. I just said I'm not sure he's right thing. Yeah. Hello, Coach. Stargate Traveler. Welcome back. Long time ago. It's fun to see those people come back sometime. Mattman, back in the house. Mattman says from Saint-Brigitte de Laval. No, not says. This is Zav. Mattman with a daughter, Livia. Welcome, Livia. Bonjour, Livia. J'espère que tout va bien. Hi, Coach. I was not there in the beginning of the show. I think Carey will not move. What do you think? Not at all. He don't go nowhere, Mattman. I know Leo, he want him over there, but he's not going nowhere, Mattman. He stay with Montreal. Sleep. He's not going to be worried about that. Anderson and Bishop can go to Seattle. I don't think so. They will pick up Anderson and Bishop. Anderson, I think, is a UFA anyway. I leave and an individual who can make up earlier one of the puck. And Montreal have to get right. So Fleury is in. Salut, Mattman. See you again, Denise. Have a great night. A great day at St. Surgeon Lake, Great Nation. I think Bryce doing this is Predict Allen. I don't think Seattle would pick him. Absolutely right about that, Colin. Fleury is like 37. That's pretty much what I think. Salut, Leo.
Yeah.
Just for 1 year.
Why?
Exactly. Eddie's finished. Hey, Coach, NHL is aboard, Michael. NHL, our fans
Ciao.
number one is aboard. Thanks to be here, NHL, everybody. Don't forget to click on the likes. You're welcome, Denise. And I try to chat with everybody else. I think people are 50-50 on Price going to Kraken. I don't see this.
I don't see it. But
And again, if he's going, it's good. We have a ton of money now to buy Doug Hamilton. We have a ton of money to get Mike Hoffman. You get Tyler Hall, those the UFA at the top, right? I've used one first pick to keep Price, please. They're not going to use anything. To be honest with you, I'm not saying I want Price out, but logically that's what's gonna happen. Like I said, I don't see this, Leo, but I would not be unhappy it's happened. I will see other positive things. I hope right about that one. If you are Bergeron, what is your priority? Right D. Right D, number one, Mattman. Doug Hamilton will be my first pick. And then after that, a left winger. I think that's number 2 over there to stabilize. But again, Michael, because they have already Gallagher, Anderson, Toffoli, and Armia, so that's 5 right there plus Perry. One of them, Toffoli, is going to be on the left. They need another one over there. So, Mattman, RD, a right defenseman, and also left wing. And then another defenseman where they carry on the puck, a transition puck. Better to Gustafsson. Someone can carry on the puck on power play. Tyson Barrie could be a good pick over there. Keith Yandel for 1 year, 2 years can pick up over there. The key on that one, the seconds, because for them, they would say now, the problem is Dano, right? If Dano get there, would not get there. That's the biggest problem, Batman, about that. Now, they have Kokanemi there also. They have Jake Evans also. That would maybe have someone else can move over there. And I think that would be interesting, but they are maybe to get another one on the UFA to pick up a left wing center. That would be something about that. Can Taylor Hall play center? I'm not sure about that. I think he's better on the left wing, right? That would be extreme.
You don't want
about
him
that one
the
there.
puck. He handles it too much.
For Dano, NHL is easy. You cannot pay him over $5 million. You're completely wrong if you do that. At any level, at anything, you cannot do that about that one over there. If you pay him more at $5 million. The problem is Gallagher now is going to lose Tatar and Dano. And Gallagher would be with whoever it be. Interesting to see that. Abs should sign Yandel. At some point, yes, but you have other players better to him. But we'll see what could happen about them. I think Leo is right. Possible. Love this power play show. Let's go. Thank you so much. As the Eagle, hopefully. I don't see this. You have too much to give to get Jack Eichel. And I think that's not what Montreal tried to build for the last few years. To give too much asset. I don't think so will happen. I know maybe sign Ziziskias. It could happen there, but again, you don't fix like Mattman said. You need a better sender if you do that.
He would be a cheaper Dano.
Yep, Gally play well with everyone. Of course, I agree about Dano at 5 max. Yes, John Gregor, welcome aboard. Sorry, I saw you pass quickly between Mattman and someone else. So hopefully, John from Boston is doing very well. I agree with you, Mattman. I think $5 million is the max you can reach. But again, you're right. It's just like you have to check about a center. Can Paul Stastny become the second center, Michael? Do you give $5 million Paul Stastny or Philippe Dano? The problem with Stastny is the age.
Yeah, Stastny's 35 or 36.
Yeah,
he's old.
That's the only problem I think about that one over there.
No, you're not going to give him $5 million. They paid him too much before. He's not an offensively creative player. He's reliable and he can get some offense just from getting pucks and
And you
pressuring.
know, you have
Who's
not
an
many
interesting
center.
name
You have a
is
lot of winger on the market, like Carey Price,
yeah,
example. He's a
yeah,
right W.
Blake
So on the
Coleman.
left side right now, Michael, it was Taylor Hall, Mike Hoffman. They are really the two best left. We have another one right now. I forgot. I did the list yesterday or 2 days ago, but I think that's what I'm thinking.
Were you the other one in St. Louis that they exposed was Jaden Schwartz that might be interesting to look at.
Yeah, I think the Wild is going to get Dano overpay him 6.5 for
No,
$6 million. Any team is going to pay Michael Dano at $6 million. Make a mistake.
they're not. I think Bill Guerin has shown he's pretty astute. Like they're focused on getting Kaprizov and Fiala, and then maybe another player to play with them.
Yep.
Maybe an Eichel.
Welcome, William. Thanks to be here. Um, he cannot score on the consistency 15 goals per year, Philip Dano.
No.
And it's if you guys are the Kraken gym, you don't take Price. I'll be honest with you. For the list I saw this morning, Leo, I don't take Price.
I don't take him.
Because you have better players at $7, $8 million, $6 million, and you have so much great goaltender available in front of you. With UF3 and also what you exposed this morning, I don't touch Carey Price.
Pittsburgh is weird too. Like Pittsburgh, I think has maybe. Well, I guess you've got Casey DeSmith, but you've got to rank other goalies ahead of him.
Carey Price is not a consistent player anymore because he's age and because he has 5 years contract with associate with that part over there. Carey Price can be good 1 more year, 2 more years, but he's not carrying on your team after that, and you have to pay $10 million. That's the problem with that part over there.
Yeah. Ooh, interesting. Robert Hay.
And we understand the contract is diminished after that. Like he pay only like a couple of $1 million, but you stuck with that part also.
Oh, is that what it is?
For the AAV, right? It's not you pay maybe $3 million, but your AAV is still 10.5.
And that's a problem. I don't see that as being a good contract to pick up.
I will make the transition for you, Michael, for Mattman and French, but he's right about that. He said,
I have the better what?
He said Dano looked like better because the style of Montreal plays around the playoff. And with another team with an offensive, all right, it would be a third centers. And he would not be like the first one, the second one. You're absolutely right. Yep. The system in Montreal play, Michael, was really what is looked like Dano better at the end of the day. Because it reminds me a little bit, Michael, last Eller for what he become in Washington. Like he's behind Backstrom, he's behind Kuznetsov over there. And he fit well as a third center. But if you put last Eller like a top one, you're losing completely him. He's not the right chair. So Dano right now in Montreal is not the right chair. He should be on the third center and play defensive. I don't know. I can compare. Maybe Michael has said I'm wrong completely. I feel like he's a bit like Nick Bonino.
Yeah, like Nick Bonino is a little more offensive, though. Like Nick Bonino scores 15, 20 goals. He's consistent. He's a good third-line center, wins face-offs.
Well, yes, my point is this part. Like he's a third center, Nick Bonino. He's never going to be a top
Never.
6, right? That's what I'm talking about. I kind of play like him. I tried to figure out other lane, but Nick Bonino came really on my head right away. So I think that'll be the way about that one there.
The distance between Casey Cizikas and Dano is very short.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very similar player.
And I should ask you, do you think the Sharks will buy Al Jones or send some pick or prospect to Kraken take this contract? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see that one. I think Pence want Dano. The problem with the Penguins, Michael, is because the money. So if Jason Zucker is leaving, they maybe look about that. But again, honestly, Brent Burke is not going to give $6 million to Philip Dano. Can't tell you that.
No, there's no way.
Oh, yes, LR. John Greger, NHL. Hi, is the NHL draft on Friday next week? It's Friday night, Mr. William. Hey, good, John. I agree with Michael about Zikes and Dano. Yes, but I think Zikes, he play a better role on physicality on forecheck compared to Dano. But
He scores more.
But I think they are similar about
Very similar.
overall about that one over there. Zucker going either a draft or something. I think so too. I think they will look about him to it's a big 5.5. What the rumor was, Michael, before today, it was try to get Zucker and Patterson over there, both of them, and then Pittsburgh get a draft pick and they open up $9.5 million or something like that. If Daniel signs somewhere else, I give game to Evans and I ask him if he's ready to take more responsibility. I think you get fine, but we get fine with Jake Evans in my book.
Yeah.
And I think he scored a little bit more goal and he
Maybe.
become the UPK also. So for me, take that money, Michael, for $5 million or $6 million to Dano to get a better players on my book.
So the one player on Pittsburgh that's interesting is also Brandon Tanev.
So again?
Brandon Tanev in Pittsburgh could be a useful player that's kind of that role, you know?
Yeah, he is right now. He's exposed to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. John Grenier asked you about Carey Price. We said no, I don't think he's leaving. J'espère, Léo. Je vois pas ça pantoute, les boys, là, que Fleury va revenir à Montréal. Là. Moi, j'y crois pas pantoute. Je peux me tromper, là, puis je me suis trompé bien souvent, là, mais j'y crois pas à ça. What do you think Lane Lambert get a head coach job like next season, etc.?
I don't know. I mean, it's a tough thing because, you know, they just filled all the roles, right? So we'll have to see who's going to be under pressure. But you got to think that he's going to get some opportunity.
He's a great assistant coach, to be honest with you. He's been very good left and right when he become head coach. Everything like that, for sure. I would pick Dane for sure. He's a good hockey third bottoms. It's a little bit, Michael, for me, that kind of Islanders would love to have. The bottom six, like Zizikas or Clutterbuck or a good defensive forecheck for sure about that one over there. Ils n'ont pas le choix. Montréal doit se débarrasser de Price. C'est la seule chance qu'ils ont. Leo, I agree with you. Montreal have a good chance. It just don't see Seattle run Francis to pick Carey Price. But that's what I said. I'm happy if they pick him because now you have a chance to let go $10.5 million. But I don't see Seattle get it. But I agree with you about that one for sure. Do you know if Carey and Angela said anything about Kraken? Angela said last night she's staying in Montreal. So I don't think so. Vladimir is Mexico. Never been there. Philippe de L, are you just assuming that Drouin would be traded away? Philippe de L, I believe the first time here. Philippe, thanks to be a part. Hopefully you're going to sign up, subscribe to the show. Thanks again. Thank you so much, John Greger. Are you assuming that Drouin would be traded away? I'll be honest with you, I don't see Drouin back in Montreal. I don't know how they're going to get traded. I don't know if they will expect a late pick, everything like that. And I think so they will trade him on the West Conference, not on the East Conference. And I wouldn't be surprised, Michael, he's going to the California area or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, like Anaheim?
For the benefit for him, I think that's what you need. You need an area where the hockey is really low and not high.
Maybe.
And Arizona, maybe the problem with Arizona, you have the money's contract. To be honest, I'll be in this year free carry.
I don't think Arizona wants him.
Honestly, you have Jake Allen behind that one over there. I think you have a good discussion between Carey Price, everything like that, And I think Carey Price showed me a lot, Michael, is human being side of everything like that. And I think also, worst case, Michael, Carey Price back on the West Coast. Carey Price back where he's been. And Carey Price is not going to be a place he doesn't maybe now. So I don't want to get there. He knew if he go to Seattle is a great place. And maybe Leo is right, and maybe everybody, we are wrong here. Maybe I have already an agreement between Carey Price, the Seattle Kraken, and Montreal said, hey, we're going to want you. And Carey Price said, I'm open to go there. Does it make sense?
It's possible.
It's possible there. So I'm not saying it's not happening, but we don't know behind the door. We're going to know Wednesday. But, Mattman, I think it's going to be good for Bergevin. It's happening.
I think you're right, though. They'll go with 2 goalies, even though it's a lot of money.
Yep. Yeah, and it's going to 2K subscriber. Oh, my God, it's going to be, we are right now drop to my God. We are right now on the borderline of 1,000 this morning. Oh, boy. It's not easy. Can you go over the deal with Landeskog for Land?
For which one? The Andrew Ladd deal, they basically got a bunch of draft picks to take the contract.
Yeah, so they got a 2nd-round pick, the 3rd-round pick, and the 4th-round pick, and 21, 22, 23. And they got also land to get a contract. It's happening sometime, like Montreal get Joel Armia, Michael, because they buy out Steve Mason contract for the Winnipeg Jets. So that's the reason why it got happening. Yes, exactly about that one over there.
And there's not a lot to pick from in Edmonton.
So again?
Edmonton exposed players, but there's not a lot there you like. Maybe, I don't know. I wonder if they'll, were you surprised that Edmonton exposed Chris Russell? I guess not. They protected Ethan Bear and exposed Chris Russell. That makes sense, I guess. Oh.
Here we go, man. For everybody, I know we're hiding me and Michael right now, but what happening is this part. 2021 2nd-round pick, 2022 a conditional 2nd-round pick, and 2023 conditional 3rd-round pick. We don't know the conditional, Michael, but that's what happening with that trade over there.
So does anything go back to the Islanders?
Michael Rosenblatt, never too late.
Here, does anything go back to the Islanders?
No, nothing.
Like, how is that possible? That was never possible before. You always had to include even future considerations.
They don't get anything.
So weird. I mean, that's new to me. I've never seen a trade where there at least wasn't something involved.
Cap space for the Islanders, basically, right? Yes.
Oh, we get that, but I think it's strange because they used to at least have to have like a minor league player or something. They must have changed the rule somewhere.
You are losing subscriber because you have been shadow banned by YouTube. Your video get no recommendation.
Why would it be shadow banned?
I don't know.
We'll look at the analytics and we can look at the videos and it'll tell us. I don't know if that's true or not.
Of course, the live stream, the fact we don't do game, we hurt for sure the viewers. Return that. We get better on the viewers compared like month ago.
That's how we were growing.
But we don't get subscriber like we do this morning. Most of you are
people that know us. We'll take a look at it, Pierre. We can look at the videos and see if there's referring from the different sources or not. Like search, recommendation, etc.
Sometimes I don't know about too much stuff like that, but yes.
Yeah, I can look at it.
It's about that, go, Rick. Thank you so much, Eric, to let us know that part over there. But again, would be very interesting. Michael, anything before we go? Guy will be here for 90 minutes, and we appreciate everybody. Thank you, man. Thank you, Leo. It's fun to see Michael's face we don't see recently because, people working, everything like that. It's fun to see that. Just want to remind you, everybody, we are live, Michael, every night at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock every night. We are live now Sunday night to Friday night, the power play show. Then the morning, 11 o'clock, we are live for that. Sit. You are
So
not on my
tonight we're on at
recommendation.
9?
I'm sorry?
Tonight at 9?
Yeah, tonight will be live at 9 o'clock again for that show for sure. We changed the time. We moved from 8 to 9 for the week now. And we'll be there until we'll be busy. And then Friday night, Wednesday night, we'll be here at 7:30. Friday night, we'll be here at 6 o'clock. And because it's NHL draft, Saturday will be live because it's the NHL pick. And then Wednesday will be live at 10 o'clock in the morning, Michael. 10:30 because it's the UFA at anything like that.
Awesome.
Lewis said, maybe I'm wrong, but if the Kraken take Price, Bergeron would go get Fleury to calm fans down. I don't think so. I think they will get. He's not going to change Fleury for a price for Fleury, Michael. I think he's going to get a younger goaltender at $5-6 million and split the job with Jake Allen. That would be my recommendation, and get an extra player for that one over there. Have a great Sunday, fun day. Hockey Grandma seeing you out. Have an amazing, great day, Kimberly. Enjoy your day with your little son. Enjoy your game over there. And glad to see you follow him. And that's to be a part of the family about that. But we'll be interesting, Leo, to follow up Wednesday night. Hopefully, he'll be live with us talking about that one over there for sure. So, anything before we leave, Michael?
No, I'm going through all the lists, and it's pretty interesting. I mean, it's good and it's not amazing. It depends on how you look at it. But I think they're going to have depth. That's what you want. I think what we saw before with Vegas indicates you've got to be willing to will and deal assets to get, to tier up. So it'll be interesting to see how good they are. I'm kind of questioning it right now if they have enough offense out there. There's pretty good defensemen.
Yep. Eagle, thank you so much. Eagle, always a pleasure to see you. Hopefully see you tonight. Thanks. They have a younger goalie coming up very soon. Leo, you talk about Vegas? If you talk about Vegas, yes, they have two goaltenders over there. They have Thompson and who's the other one? They have two over there. Maybe Bergie is in the house right now. If Adam is around, he would mention the two goaltenders. But Leo, are you talking about Thompson? You have another one. I cannot recall it.
It's Dylan Ferguson, isn't it?
Yeah. John, thank you so much. Don't forget, we are live every night. John, look forward to see you again. Thanks for everybody. Don't forget the Frenchy quiz. Maybe the best quiz on the internet, Michael. People love it. I think the questions are not easy. That's fun to see that. So that's why Fleury will be perfect. 1 year left on the contract. He will. Any place, I am sure that. And I'm not sure it's a full amount, by the way. I'm not sure. I don't know. No, Montreal. Yes, Montreal have a good goaltender, of course. Keep Primo. If you think about Primo, Leo, that's what you're thinking. Yeah, Primo, like Michael said, he's really the next one. I think so, for sure about that one. Would not settle one a younger goaltender because Bryce is going to own and a couple years will retire.
For sure.
I agree with you, Colin. The only thing I think probably would be good for Seattle, Michael, is more about the stand, marketing, and all the kind of stuff like that. But I don't think so. They need that.
They don't need that. Chris Drager is going to be the perfect kind of 35, 45 game guy. I think they get the Minnesota goalie and then the Washington goalie. Just take all three.
Yep.
You don't need a Carey Price.
I think, Michael, if you want to do this, Drager, and maybe a good solid, maybe Old B like a backup, advantage check, you are in good hands.
I just get those three, Pierre. They're so much younger and better than any of the other ones. I'm shocked they're available.
Yeah. And Drager's not young, Michael. He's 28. He's only played a few games in NHL. That's the only thing he has on his resume is not there yet. But he was unbelievable the last 2 years. Babe Ruth, Mr. Quiz Guy in the house. Party House World Group.
Pierre, Carey Price is 34 August 16th. I mean, he's...
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of injury history there.
Yep.
So I don't see it. I think that You get a 28-year goalie and then a couple 25s, like do it.
Honestly, Michael, Price is going to be a great backup number 2 the next 2 years, but the price go with, it's not good.
No,
that's the problem you get. But he can be like the Mike Smith, right? He can become a great goaltender, but he cannot be a 40 game, 50 game and carry on. I think you said something really good this morning. While you see Carey Price this year and the playoff, I don't see how he can repeat this again and again and again. Yeah. That's why I would hold in about that. We have a basketball guys in the house. Awesome. Hopefully they got better. I don't know about basketball.
Oh, has that trade been made? Really? Ooh. Ben Simmons was a first overall draft pick. Is that deal made?
Can you do trades around the playoff? Yes, right?
Yeah, if you're out of the playoffs, you can. As soon as you're out, I think you can start trading.
Hopefully, you sign up here, buddy. Party House World Group. Hopefully, you're going to subscribe to the show. That'd be awesome. I'm glad we have an NBA guy in the house. That'd be good.
Yeah, I don't.
You also have to think about the fact that there won't be any Quebecer in the team, and Bergeron is taking a lot of heat for it. Honestly, it's not change anything for me. I can understand that, but Leo about that one over there. But for me, in my book, they can speak all Japanese, but I have the best 20 players Japanese. I make the win. I can have a chance winning Stanley Cup. I don't care. If I have to learn Japanese to do a play-by-play, I will do it.
There you go.
That'd be good. All right. Last 6 times I said we have to go. I see the flight time I have to set up for tonight. Good show, this guy. We did this at the last minute. We did last night at the last minute. We do things like this all the time at the last minute because we follow what's going on around the league, Michael. And NHL, we have no choice, right? So thanks, everybody. Hopefully you're going to click on the likes before you go. And if you go to subscribe, please share this with your friends, your family. We need more subscribers, Michael. Right now, every morning I wake up and I see 103, 101, 102, 101, 01. I was stopped at 1,000 this morning. And I like, oh, my God. Leo, my wife said thank you for the super. Eric, he's bothered Leo about that one. The people can do, yeah, exactly. I know that, Leo. I can understand that part over there for sure. Exactly what you're talking about. Matt, man, thank you so much. NHL, amazing. The Babe Ruth and the Party House just joined us. And Eric, thank you so much. And I can't forget every otherwise. John Gregor to Adam Berger to Tim Together this morning. Everybody. By the way, Michael, I have something for you. We can talk about this if he's not here. But first of all, Michael, we have a sound effect.
This time.
So this is for Tim the Gators and Ellie Gator.
Oh, the Gator, okay.
All right, but now I find one. You know Sly?
Yep.
All right. No, not that one. Oh, I missed this one. Oh, no, you Sly. I changed it at the beginning. I got Sly now.
Oh, the bowling kid. That's right.
He's a bowling guy. So he did not show up yet. We're going to get. So, that's Michael, you don't know, but I'm starting right now a membership.
Okay.
All right. And if people get a membership, they're going to have their own sound effect.
Oh, wow.
So it's a part of the membership. Whatever you sign for $199, $299, or $999, whatever it is, you're going to get as your special sound effects. So.
Oh, there you go.
We're building their own stuff right there. Hold on, I get there. Dinner, people. She's going to be put her best dress. Here we go. Look at all the media in Quebec. I understand, Leo. I can tell you that. Good for Jen. I'm a chef. You want me to cook is for her. That'd be awesome, Leo. We have a second chef. What's going on with Carey Price, Leo? Carey Price usually come here every night to talk about his food, everything like that, Leo. So thanks, everybody, to be a part. Michael, last word.
It's going to be very interesting, Pierre. I think they'll have depth at the end of the week. I'm not sure if they'll have impact.
It's me, Michael. I'll be I want to see the list of Kraken, right? We're going to get some mock draft, everything like that, right? But me, it's about after that, I want to see what come after that.
What does it look like?
You know, because they're going to get 30 players, right? They maybe trade a couple, or someone said, no, you did not pick this player because you gave us that protection. We give you back something. Like a little bit of what happened with Vegas. It's after a match of the draft I'm looking for, like Thursday and Friday until the draft. We have also to talk about the NHL draft. Really busy, Michael, about weeks this week. So we're going to be busy the morning and the night for sure. So thanks, everybody. Have an amazing, great Sunday, fun day, Michael. Any plan for the day?
I don't think so.
Awesome. Take rest. Be ready for the week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you tuning in.
Have an amazing, great day, everybody. Look forward tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Time with the Power Play with Frenchy show. Have an amazing, great day, everybody.